Try something for me right now. Wiggle your fingers into your own ribs or under your own arm, and really try to tickle yourself. Go on. Nothing, right? Maybe a faint pressure, but no laughing, no squirming, no reaction at all. Now imagine someone else doing the exact same thing, in the exact same spot. You'd jump. You'd squeal. You might kick them across the room. Same fingers, same ribs, same nerves. So why does it work when they do it, and completely fail when you do it yourself? The answer is genuinely strange, because it turns out your brain is deleting your own touch in real time. And once you understand why, you'll realize it's hiding a whole lot more from you than just a tickle. Let's start with the experiment you just ran, because it reveals something surprising. Your skin didn't stop working when you tickled yourself. The nerves in your ribs fired exactly the same way they would if anyone else touched you. The signal reached your brain just fine. And then, somewhere along the way, your brain looked at that signal, decided it didn't matter, and quietly threw it in the trash. That is the real mystery here. Not your skin. Your brain. It received a perfectly good tickle, and it chose to ignore it. So why would it do that? To understand, you have to know one weird truth about how your brain works. Your brain is not really a recording device. It's a prediction machine. Every single moment it is guessing what is about to happen next, a fraction of a second before it actually does. And it cares far, far more about surprises than about things it already saw coming. A sensation you predicted is boring. A sensation you did not predict could be a threat. So the brain spends most of its energy hunting for the unexpected and tuning out everything it already knew was coming. Now here's where your own hand gets caught. When you decide to move your hand toward your ribs, your brain doesn't just send the command to your muscles and wait. At the very same moment, it sends a copy of that command to another region and uses it to build a prediction. It works out, in advance, exactly what that movement is going to feel like. The pressure, the location, the timing, all of it, predicted before your fingers even arrive. And the part of your brain doing this quiet little forecast is a structure tucked at the back of your skull called the cerebellum. The cerebellum builds what scientists call a forward model. Think of it as a tiny simulator. Every time you move, it runs a fast simulation of the expected sensation, and then it does something remarkable. It subtracts that prediction from what you actually feel. Whatever's left over, the part it did not see coming, is the only thing it passes on to your conscious mind. So when you tickle yourself, the cerebellum predicts the whole thing perfectly, subtracts it, and there is basically nothing left. The tickle gets canceled before you ever feel it. When someone else tickles you, your brain has no idea exactly where or when they'll strike. There's no prediction to subtract. The full, raw, unexpected signal comes blasting through and you lose it. And this isn't just a nice story. Scientists actually proved it with one of my favorite experiments in all of neuroscience. Researchers built a little machine, basically a robot arm with a soft piece of foam that could tickle a person's palm. First, they let people control the robot themselves, moving it with their other hand. And just like tickling yourself directly, it didn't work. Their brain predicted the movement, canceled the sensation, no tickle. But then the scientists did something clever. They added a tiny delay between the person moving the controller and the robot actually touching them, just a fraction of a second. And the moment the timing stopped matching the prediction, the tickle came roaring back to life. The bigger the delay, the more ticklish it felt. They had literally measured the brain's prediction by breaking it. Now step back, because this is so much bigger than tickling. That same cancellation system is running every second of your life, on everything you do. When you walk, the whole world bounces up and down on your retina, but you don't notice, because your brain predicted that motion and subtracted it. When you talk, you are flooding your own ears with the loud sound of your own voice, but it doesn't overwhelm you because it was predicted. Your eyes make tiny jerky movements several times a second, yet your vision feels perfectly smooth and stable. You don't feel your tongue sitting in your mouth, or your clothes resting on your skin, or your own blinking, until I mention them, and suddenly there they are. Your brain has been deleting all of it, constantly, so that the only things that reach you are the things that are new. And that points at the deepest reason this system exists. It is how your brain tells the difference between you and the world. Think about how important that actually is. To survive, an animal desperately needs to know which sensations it caused itself and which ones came from something else out there. A leaf brushing your shoulder could be the wind, or it could be a predator. The way your brain sorts those apart is by checking, did I predict this? If I caused it, I saw it coming, so cancel it. If I didn't, it stays, it gets flagged. Pay attention. Tickling is just the funniest possible side effect of that life or death machinery. It's your brain shrugging and saying, relax, that's only you. Which raises a haunting question. What happens when this system breaks? Because sometimes it does. There are people whose brains struggle to tell self-generated sensations from outside ones, and the results are profound. In some conditions, including schizophrenia, this self-prediction can misfire. A person's own inner voice can start to feel like it's coming from somewhere else, like a stranger talking inside their head, precisely because the brain failed to tag it as self-produced. And here is the eerie part that ties it all together. Studies have found that some of these same individuals can do something almost no one else can. They can tickle themselves. Their cancellation system is turned down, so the touch they generate is no longer being deleted. The very same glitch that scrambles self from world also lets a person tickle their own ribs and actually feel it. So sit with what that really means. You have spent your whole life believing you feel the world directly, that your senses just show you what's out there. But they don't. What you experience is not raw reality. It is reality, minus everything your brain already expected. You are living inside a prediction, and you only ever notice the errors, the parts where the world surprised your brain. A tickle is one of the only times you get to feel that machinery fail in a harmless, hilarious way. It's the tiny gap between what your brain guessed and what actually happened. So the next time someone wiggles their fingers at your ribs and you collapse into helpless laughter, remember what's really going on. It isn't your skin betraying you. It's your brain admitting, just for a second, that it didn't see this one coming. And the next time you try to tickle yourself and feel absolutely nothing, you'll understand the strange and beautiful reason why. Your brain saw it coming a mile away. And now, when someone asks you why you can't tickle yourself, well, then you'll know.